Hey, what's going on, guys? King DREKON here, and I am doing some artwork, so I figured I'd get you guys in on it and show you what I'm up to. This is actually a model I've been working on for a game idea that I've had for quite some time now, similar to Ninja Saga, the way the pose is, and I imagine it would be a 2D game, you know, preferably in the Flash, but who knows? I've been learning a lot in Unity and all that, so we'll see where it takes us. So I'm just gonna go sketch out the character. This may be in the Draken movie, um, so we'll see. Um, just need to get the character idea out first. I am a little bit sick as usual, so nothing important. But I figured I'd go ahead and make a new video for you guys. And I won't be doing a whole lot of videos in the near future. Just gonna be busy with real life. Let's see here. I guess you can just follow along with me. Yo, what was that? Where's my line? I just made a line. Okay, maybe I need to do that. Wait a second. They're on the wrong thing. Okay, so I kind of screwed this up. Let's put them on the right layer here. And make sure it's nice and centered. Anyway, let's lock that and start on this one. So yeah, recently I've been, somewhat inactive on ED, but far more active on this new game that I came across, which is called Contract Wars. And as you guys who follow me on Facebook and Twitter would have realized by now, I've actually been banned from the game. I recently got banned from the game, probably for being too good at it, I guess. But I just logged in one day and it said I was banned, so that's that. But it's no big deal. I mean, I've only played it for like a few days, so I was probably on, I think I was on rank 6. Rank 6, I believe, when I was banned. I've already notified the developers of the game, so hopefully I'll hear back from them soon. I also posted on their forums. I believe it was a tester that made the thread, and I posted on there saying that I've been banned as well, and hopefully they take some action to get me unbanned so I can get back to owning some noobs. And if you don't know, it's a FPS game. The Contract Wars, it's a FPS game, browser FPS game, also an MMO game. So for those of you who like those types of games, you could check it out. You probably like it. I know I like it. I wrote a blog post about it and other games. I'll probably link that for you guys in the description. So if I get this model correct. Oh, by the way, for those of you, if you guys know anyone who's good at programming in Flash, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to get in touch with them. I have a friend who's been making a Flash game, and I actually did some artwork for him. So he's looking for new programmers. So if you know anyone who's really good at programming and ActionScript, really good at Flash and all that, let me know. And they have to be good at it, Excuse me if I was a little bit too loud. But yeah, they have to be good at it. So let me know if you know anyone. It'd be greatly appreciated. And who knows, I might need someone to help me, work out my idea for the game. So yeah, it'd be pretty cool, man. I'd like to take a lot of the ideas, a lot of the concepts I've seen in games that I've mentioned before, like Ninja Saga. There are a lot of features in that I loved, you know, and Epic Duel, obviously. But mainly games like Contract Wars and Black Ops 2. I like the way the customization of weapons and the characters are set up, you know. So I would love to have stuff like that in a particular game that I would definitely enjoy. I'm thinking it would be a, a more like a combat game rather than just a FPS game. You know, more like a fighting game. You know, but I do enjoy adventure games, so may have something like that. Actually, I should probably make this kind of straight and then down like that, and then I'll add the knuckles later. You know, keep it simple for now. It's just a model, you know. No need to get all detaily about it. And that's one of my actual flaws, I think, because everywhere I've been to, I've been told that I'm too detail oriented. You know, I focus too much on details. I need to just, you know, focus less on details. And I've always thought that was a strength, but um, apparently a lot of folks don't like it when you focus on details. So I've been trying to cut back on that, especially in my art. You know, I tried to add as little detail as possible. But, you know, growing up watching, you know, Dragon Ball Z and all of that, there's usually like two or three, well, three or four really, um, different shades in the characters. So sometimes I want to do that on my artwork, you know, add two or three shades on there instead of just, you know, the normal one or two that most animes use. And I believe they do that. They use just a couple shades to save time, really, so they don't have to uh, put too much work in the animation. Because if you're going to have a lot of shading, you know, you're gonna lose time on animation. So that I think that's why Dragon Ball Z spends a lot of time, a lot of frames, just standing in one place, staring at each other, or screaming, you know, and showing flashes of light and stuff because they don't have the time to work on the animation itself, you know. Whereas things like Naruto, the fight scenes in Naruto would be more visible. You know, it's not like people are disappearing and then people rolling their eyes trying to follow their movements and stuff, you know? So I think that's one of the flaws of DBZ, and hopefully I don't make those flaws in my own animations. You gotta learn from people's mistakes, you know? Don't just think you know everything and then go out and do whatever you want. You'll end up repeating the same mistakes. Let's see here. I feel like the chest right here is kind of messed up, but we can fix that later. Yeah, it was right here that was messed up. I heard from someone recently. I know you guys would probably know this for those of you who follow him on Facebook. A friend of mine, uh, apparently life is kind of rough, and um, you know, this person's contemplating suicide, and I'm not really. I will never be supportive of it, but um, I feel like, well, now I feel like, you know, okay, it's your life, so, you know, do what you will, but I don't want people to just, you know, quit their life just for silly things that other people are going through every single day, you know? But I guess it's because you know, some people don't have that experience in life. Like, they probably come from a fortunate background, and they don't really know what it's like to go through hardship, you know. And once they do go through hardship, they don't know how to deal with it, you know. So I have a feeling that's the case. I won't name the person, but if they want to be named, then they'll probably come forth. But yeah, man, I just feel people live in their own bubbles, you know. They're not ready to cope with certain things in life. So some folks can handle it. Like me, I've been through a lot of a lot of things in my life, you know, and still going through but you don't see me talking about suicide. It's kind of silly. I love life. Anyway, on a happier note, um, let's see. Let's try to focus on this artwork here. I don't want to get too long in this video, especially since it's a commentary. So it may take a few hours if I go into the whole coloring and all that. So I'll just try to focus on the model more and not the coloring of it. And hopefully you guys can pick up on, you know, certain techniques I use. For those of you who've been asking for tutorials in Flash, I know I'm not explaining a whole lot as I'm doing it, but hopefully you can pick up on what I'm doing. If you need to, you can, you know, simply rewind the video or pause the video. Okay, that looks kind of okay. Alright, so ankle right here, but I don't really need to add the ankles, but I feel like I should. So I'll add the ankles and the heel. Let's just add a curve there. Alright, and then another big curve here. Then a slight curve here. Alrighty, it's looking good. Alright, so that leg is done. Moving on to this. You know, I haven't heard a lot from certain people in the Epic Duel community recently. I don't really want to name names, but certain people have just either they've gone underground or, you know, they're focusing on other things in life, or they're just, you know, minding their own business. But I haven't heard from a lot of people that I used to interact with a lot. Oh man. Alright, almost done with this model here. Alrighty. Nice curve for the heel and down to the bones of the toe. And then the toe itself. Okay, this looks good. I like it. Alright. Alright, so let's make this line kind of like the way it's like this. Actually, probably should have done that first. Alright, there we go. And a couple lines for these tendons, I believe they are. Okay, so the basic outline is done. Just need to fill that void with a base color. Gonna go with a grayish color. Alright, and change the outlines from red to black. Alright, so we have our model, and now we can work with this and make all sorts of stuff. Let's just drag it over there. Convert it to a movie clip symbol. Let's go with player model. And why not name it 1, because I might have different types of models for different classes, who knows. Alright, so we've gotten that done. So we can do the clothing. Actually, let's check the time here, 16, 17 minutes. Alright, so what should I do right now? I think I want to do this thing, but this looks like it's gonna take too long, so darn it, let's just do the clothing right here. Okay, this shouldn't take too long. Let's go back to the red so we can see what we're doing. Alrighty. Alright. Just realized I'm not talking at all. So focused on this. Alright, I have a good idea in my head what I want. Let's just hope the thing comes out how I want it. Alright, so I'm gonna need a circle here. Oh, not really a circle, but an ellipse. Something like that. Wow. I don't really like the way this looks. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Back to square one. This looks so much better when I drew it. That's why I need a damn uh, tablet, man. This would be much better to draw it by hand. All right. That line tool. All right, well, I'm gonna go with this for now, and I'll switch it up if I need to. Actually. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh. Don't worry about that noise you hear. It's a little habit of mine. Had it since I was a kid. All right. Mm, that seems a little bit more appropriate. Mhm. All right. This kind of reminds me of some artwork I did for a website called Crunchyroll a few years back. I believe it was 2009. I did the artwork for them. It was for a game that they used to have back then. They don't have it anymore. It was a game called Crunchyland, and it was just a simple 2D game. Well, I guess you could call it 1D. I don't know, but you couldn't even move. You just stood there, as in Epic Duel. But you just stood there and tossed things at the opponent. It could be a computer NPC or a player. You just toss things at them, and um, I played it a lot, and I used to love it just for wasting time. But oh, the thing is, they would allow players to submit artwork. Just submit them on the website, and they would decide whether or not to implement those artwork into the game. And I ended up getting quite a few of mine implemented. And these were hairstyles and clothing. And I thought that was pretty cool. That was my first time being involved with a game or a game's development, and contributing to the community. You know, and this was before I joined Epic Duel, so I was super excited, and I believe I had just started using the Flash seriously back then. So I was pretty new to it. Um, so yeah, my first experience, and got some things implemented. And so when I finally came to Epic Duel, I thought it would be just as easy. So I believe it was on the old forum. I contacted Night Wraith and asked for some blank canvases that I could use that showed the player models that I could use to make artwork, or start off making artwork. Because on Crunchyroll they would give you a blank canvas of the character, and you would draw clothing on top of the character. So I figured Epic Duel would do the same thing, but at the time I got no reply, so I thought, whatever. That's exactly what I thought. Like, yeah, whatever. And from there I've just been doing my own artwork and submitting them, but so far Epic Duel has not added a single one of them, which is no big deal, but it does make you wonder sometimes. Anyway, Crunchyland got, removed from Crunchyroll. They no longer, use it. So, unfortunately, all of my hard work was for nothing. But they do, well, I still have the artworks on my Crunchyroll profile, which I will not share with you guys, because it has my real picture on there, so don't want you guys seeing that. Too many trolls in Epic Duel, man. I recently had a discussion with someone, will not name the person, and I kind of opened up to the person, letting them know some of my experiences, and this person that I thought was a pretty good friend of mine literally flipped the script and started, literally mocking, my experiences. Whether you agree or not, you haven't experienced what I've experienced, so there's no need for you to mock it, especially when you cannot come up with a better explanation. So I'll leave it at that. But anyways, I don't intend to share anything real of me, with the Epic Duel community. It's just filled with trolls and kids, really, man. It's filled with a bunch of little kids that don't know how to conduct themselves. You got some people who go around calling other people names for no reason at all, you know? Makes no damn sense. But when you really think about it, you know, they're just kids, so kids are some of the meanest people you'll ever come across in this world. You know, they can be some of the nicest, but they can be some of the meanest. I guarantee you that. Especially kids who think they have the world figured out. You know, they think they know what's going on, but they have no freaking idea. Anyway, rambling on. Must be that day. Alright, I am almost done with this. I guess I'll do this type of thing. I'm not really liking this, but I'll run with it. Alright, let's see what we have so far. And I shall do some base colors here. Actually, I want this to be a darker gray. And this to be a lighter gray. Darker gray. Wait a minute. I believe I selected that. Alright. And we're gonna go with these here. And why not just this? Alright, so we have the base colors, base shading, and just need to turn the lines here into black lines. Okay. Not bad. And we'll name this, what should I name it? Belt, and it's not a skirt. Anyway, player model belt and shroud. Belt shroud. I don't know. Is that how you spell shroud? Who cares? Not that big of a deal. Alright, so let's drag this over here. I believe that looks good. Wait a minute. Something doesn't feel right. Okay. Yeah, I need to zoom in right there. Wait a minute, something doesn't feel right at all. Nope. Let's see. Okay, so let's try to actually let's try to copy it and do this so I don't lose what I was doing. So it's that far up, and trying to align the middle section. Well, I guess it was off, so I'm gonna have to go back over here and correct it. So yeah, can't complain, it was off by a mile. Alrighty. Alright. Going in to change these things. Oops. I need to select that. Kind of align them properly. Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave that part there. Doesn't really matter if this part's messed up. Alright, looks better than it did before. So alright, yeah, it looks better. Could probably fix right here. Okay, now that looks good. Let's give it the 100%. Off to a good start. And like I said, I don't want to take too long. Could I do the boots in time? Nah, I'll leave it here. I'll get back to this and what do you call it? Probably make a part 2 to this, who knows? Anyway, this has been King DREKON. Thank you guys for watching. I know it's been a long video. Be sure to keep an eye out for more of these types of videos, more than likely. And they're going to be made late in the night because that's about the only time I have to myself nowadays. So it's about 4 o'clock in the morning now, so I'm gonna call it a night. Talk to you guys another time. Peace.